What you just heard is how my encounter with the creepy clowns ended. Me speeding off, and my boy Caesar firing the AK-47 out of the sunroof. But in order for you to truly understand what went down, I need to take you back, way back to the beginning.
I got enemies. I got enemies. Got a lot of enemies. Got a lot of people trying to bring me in my energy.
You see, my boy Caesar and I have been hustling since we were kids. We started off stealing boxes of Snickers from the corner store and selling them on the corner for $1 a piece. And over the years, we graduated to more hardcore pharmaceutical sales. Our creepy clown encounter happened while we were in a small town whose name I'm not going to tell you. We had just set up shop and started working in the area. You see, the thing about small towns is everybody knows each other. So 6 new faces in the town is bound to draw some attention from law enforcement, especially when those faces are Latinos. However, we managed to keep ourselves out of trouble, handle our business, and get our work pushed out. It was literally our last night in town. Caesar and I had stopped at a gas station on the outskirts of the city to fill up our tank for the drive home. I had just gotten out of the car, leaving it running, blasting our new favorite song by Drake, I Got Enemies. Caesar was in the passenger seat, bouncing around like an idiot and rapping the lyrics as I walked up to the window to pay for gas. The woman behind the security door slid the metal drawer out, and I asked her for $25 on pump 1. That's when I noticed she had this bugged out look on her face, and she asked me if I had seen anyone when we pulled up. I casually answered, nah, I ain't seen nobody. Who you think is out here? To paint a perfect picture for you, this gas station was on the outskirts of town, about 5 miles away from everything. In fact, it's the last gas station for the next 100 miles. Essentially, somebody cleared a wooded area and dropped the gas station in it. Like I was telling you, I casually said, nah, we ain't seen nobody out here. Who do you think is out here? That's when her eyes got big. And she said there were people in clown suits, and they were standing near the pumps with bats and knives and machetes, just staring at her as she walked around inside the store. For a second, I thought to myself, I wish a motherfucker would run up on me in a clown costume, as I turned and headed back to my car, and I kind of laughed. But walking back to the car, something clearly had shaken this woman up. Her eyes were big and she was sweating. She damn sure was shook up. But clowns? Nah, that's some movie type stuff. That ain't what's going on. When I arrived at the car, I placed the pump in the gas tank and clicked the little notch that made it pump automatically. Then I headed to the driver's side window to reach in and get a cigarette from Caesar, who by now had turned down the music and was playing on his cell phone. When I turned around to light the cigarette, I'll be damned. There they were. 3 idiots with clown outfits on. 1 standing by the door to the gas station, and 2 right at the window I had just left. The 2 standing near the window had bats, and the other one had a machete in his hand. It was clear that these 3 had been terrorizing this woman all night. So I stuck my head back in the car real quickly to get Caesar's attention and grabbed my pistol just in case they decided to run up on us. They seemed to be completely ignoring us at first, but for some reason, when I pulled that gas pump out of the tank and hung it up, one of them turned around and started slowly walking our way. The whole situation started to feel like something out of a horror movie. That's when I noticed something moving out of the corner of my left eye. Looking around, I realized that we were actually surrounded by clowns, several of them coming from out of the woodlines across the street and from around the side of the store. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even though I had a weapon, something about this shit scared the hell out of me. So I hopped in the car and rolled up the window. But Caesar, he thought it was funny. The next thing I knew, he turned the Drake song back on, opened the sunroof, climbed out with his AK-47, and this crazy bastard started shooting. I hit the gas and we sped out of there. Now, I don't think he hit anyone, but man, you should have saw them clowns rolling, crawling, climbing, sliding, running. Oh my God, it was hilarious.